time, let's get the Grammarian report.
All right, thank you, Mr. General Evaluator Giorgio. My role as Grammarian and all-counter this evening is to comment on how well we use the Queen's English and try to pick out filler words that people lean on as a crutch. So instead of pausing and saying something, and if you watch people on TV giving speeches, after coming to Toastmasters for a while, you'll notice these ahs and ums, and you'll think, man, President Obama needs Toastmasters. So to ensure that when you get to be President of the United States, you don't make that fatal mistake, here's my report for you this evening. Alan, when you were giving your speech, you're very calm and collected, just as Nisha said, and that's very nice, and it's easy on the ears, and it's good to listen to. The one thing that I caught was that this is kind of a filler word, no pun intended, but you did say those things kind of compete for time, rather than being emphatic about it and saying cars and girlfriends do indeed compete for these individuals' time, when they're usually that close to achieving Eagle Scout. And I think many of us use the term kind of as some sort of verbal crutch, verbal filler. Ramadi, you get the Silver Tongue Award this evening by my, I've decreed it. You get the Silver Tongue Award. We're not voting on it. Yeah, I'm giving it to you. When you opened with the analogy about the sneeze and the velocity of the wind like a hurricane, then you said, promise not to be windy. That all flowed really well and caught my attention as to being witty, and so I appreciate that. You only had one distinct and I think it was when you're going back from your notes to speaking, and so be conscious of that when you're looking from your note cards, not to let it loose, okay? And then you also said one grammatical point I'd like to bring up. You said, it was an event I will never forget, when I think you meant forget. An event I will never forget. And you also use one of your filler words, which is very difficult to catch, is so. And I would like to suggest using therefore or it follows that, rather than having a run-on sentence, possibly like I'm doing right now, where it's so, and then you make your point so, and your point so. So consider using those replacements. Albert, you lean on the words I mean and you know. I mean and you know. So be conscious of that, and whenever you think they're about to slip out, hold your tongue, and then let the words come, and then formulate the next thought. Okay. So you don't lean on those too much as you progress. And then Giorgio, you have this baritone drum roll, and so when you say it's very distinct, and we notice it, but it's almost like so it's not too discordant on the ear. Otherwise, just pay attention to that. Otherwise, it was all very good. That concludes my Grammarian and all.